So besides for keeping your software up to date, one of the best things you can do though as an online business is to integrate your software with a secure and PCI compliant payment gateway. Okay, so that's where we come in, and that's why they pay me the big bucks. This will bring your online storefront an added layer of security, but without extensive hassle or effort. Okay, so basically an integrated solution working with a payment gateway. So you do not, so you're basically transferring the effort to us, transferring the risk and the liability to us. That's really where we come in. And the Cardknox payment gateway can be integrated with Magento through our plugin. Okay, and that's where Brent comes in and his team. And that's where we come in, and it's a match made in heaven. Our plugin, fully PCI compliant. Okay, means we know what we're doing when it comes to credit cards. May not know much of anything else. Can't speak for the company. They do. I don't. But we do. One thing we do really, really well is payment security. And we use data tokenization to protect customer data. What is, just to explain tokenization. So I know personally I have not been to an amusement park or a rec center in, gosh, it's been way too long because of COVID. But back in the old days, the PC days, the pre-COVID days, we used to visit these things called amusement parks. Also used to visit restaurants and other fine attractions, right? And at these amusement parks, if we're playing, let's say, skee ball or what have you, we put a token. Well, first of all, we exchange our money, our dollars, or our yen, or our euros, right, for a token which then represents money, okay? Put it into the skee ball machine and watch our 13-year-old son beat the crap out of us, right? So that is what we do. We're essentially exchanging money for a token. Tokenization is the same thing. Basically what we're doing is we're exchanging a 16-digit credit card number for a 32-digit alphanumeric code, okay, which can then be used, reused, and reused as long as you have the authorization for multiple purchases and while still maintaining compliance. Okay, that is the concept of tokenization. What tokenization does is it makes PCI compliance that much easier. There's no writing down people's credit card numbers, personal information on your notepad, on a CRM, inside some Excel spreadsheet. I've seen all that crazy stuff. So basically what you're doing is the payment information is then tokenized, being sent to Cardknox for processing, and then it's de-tokenized in a secure environment. If I told you guys the level of detail that goes into maintaining our PCI in a compliant environment, you don't need to know how the sausage gets made, but let me tell you, it is pretty intensive. There's a lot of work. We go through audits, and it's a really big deal. So being experts in payment security really is something that we're able to do. And the goal is that the payment data is not touching your servers. Even if you wanted to hack that data, if you wanted to steal that data, you're not able to. So you don't have to worry about adhering to PCI requirements. It's one of the best things you can do to, integrating with, working with a partner like Brent to get a Magento solution, and working with an integrated solution like Cardknox is one of the best things you can do to prevent data breaches. One quick point, just to end off, putting everyone to sleep, is an important aspect of e-commerce fraud is preventing fraudulent orders from going through. So in addition to the credit card data, which we just mentioned, but also you want to make sure that hackers who are excited to be able to tap into your info cannot get your info. So when it comes to preventing fraud, Cardknox offers built-in fraud screening and identity verification technology. So basically, if there's a suspicious order, right, we see this all the time. If my grandmother is ordering something and she lives in Florida, right, and the order is coming from Minneapolis, probably Brent stealing her credit card. Am I right? Brent, you don't steal my.
No.
No, it's not Brent.
I think another good a caveat on that as well is that token is only good between that merchant and Cardknox. So it's not like a regular 32-bit code that could be used on any other site. And they couldn't just take that 32-bit code and go down to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee or a Big Gulp, right?
Absolutely, yes. That code's a unique handshake between our company and them. So absolutely, it definitely.
It is an extra level of security, and we think about when clients save their credit card on their Netflix account or something like that. They're using a token. They're not just, that card information is not held in clear text, so somebody could theoretically break in and hack it. So the level of security is even higher, say with Cardknox, that token is only good between the merchant that the client goes to and and Cardknox, and even if that token is somehow intercepted, it couldn't be used anywhere else.
Yeah, so just going to your point, the Netflix example is a perfect example. So Netflix actually does not have your credit card information, even though you're entering it into Netflix, but they actually do not have that credit card data. So they may be able to recharge you on a monthly basis, which they definitely enjoy doing, but they do not have the ability to take your credit card and use it for anything else, because the only thing they have access to is that token. And again, that's our handshake between, as Cardknox being the payment gateway, we're providing that solution. So the merchant does not have access to that credit card. So yeah, I think there's a lot of, there's basically, the short of it is that just like you outsource many different parts of your life, outsourcing data security and payment security is really one of those things that you should be doing. And the partnership that we have with Wagento is something that I think is unique in that it basically protects the merchants and ensures, prevents them from hacks, and can help protect against fraudulent transactions as well.
Yeah, and I think one thing that that Cardknox does that a lot of other maybe card or payment provider wouldn't do is the fraud protection. Something that you would do more than some other services, right?
Absolutely. So that's actually a very unique product, and we have two different models for that. Just to elaborate on the concept, but basically, what we will do is we will give you instant verification. We'll either rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, and tell you whether or not we believe the order is fraudulent using a variety of data points, IP address, shopping patterns, etc. The payment companies know more about you than you think.